नमस्कार राजीव जी, मेरा नाम आशुतोष जानी है। ये एक पॉपुलर ओपिनियन है कि मनुस्मृति है, चाणक्य नीति है, ये ग्रंथों में स्त्रियों और जो लोअर कास्ट के लोग जिन्हें माना जाता है उनके लिए काफी एट्रोसिटीज वाली बातें लिखी गई है। जो जब ऐसी डिबेट कहीं पे चलती है तो इसके ऊपर क्लैरिफिकेशन कैसे दिया जाए?
So one of the question is Manusmriti, Chanakya, all these Kautilya, many of the Smritis are accused of human rights violations against lower caste and against women and so on. First of all, Smritis can be changed. Smritis are supposed to be changed. They are human constructions, unlike Shruti, and they can be changed. You can change them, modify them, adapt them. So, different paramparas, different sampradayas interpret the text differently. Even today, if you go to 10 sampradayas, they don't have all the same rules. They're different. And we can keep changing them, keep evolving them. So, the idea that somebody in the past wrote something we don't like, we can change it. It is not a defeat of the whole faith, of the whole tradition. It is not that Hinduism has been defeated. Because Manu himself says that you have to interpret this according to the Desh, according to the Kal. You know, what is good in the north may not be good in the south, what is good in one jati may not be good in another jati, and what is good in the past may not be good today, in the future. He himself is very clear. He is mentioning this many, many times. So, to say that this is some kind of a universal, permanent, eternal, final thing is a projection of Abrahamic religions, because they have this one book, final and closed, you can't ever change it. We don't have that system. So this is the first point. Whatever is wrong, we don't like it today, we have every right to change it. If we are not changing it, it's our laziness. Okay, Manu did what he did for his era. So, and the second thing is, a lot of flexibility existed in Jati and Varna. A lot of flexibility existed. I give in this book a response to this allegation, chapter 4 again, a response to this allegation I give. And you should read that. And I show that there were Shudra dynasties of kings. A lot of famous people were Shudras. A lot of switching of Varna from one Varna to the other based on merit. A person could fall, a person could go, depending on their merit, their actual karma, their thing could change. So it is not something necessarily by birth. And even in the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says that your Varna is determined by your karma and your guna. He doesn't say it is by your parents' karma and guna. He doesn't say that, he says your. Which means you and your past lives, future lives as one continuous being. Your karma keeps developing into your varna. So, and I remember Prabhupada in the 70s, early 70s. I used to live in Michigan, and the best place to have a great meal was the ISKCON temple. So I used to go with some friends, and we used to have a wonderful meal. So I really got very much into the ISKCON at the time. And so I got to know Prabhupada. He was such an amazing person. So somebody asked him, what do you think of caste? So he gave an interesting answer, which I really liked. He said, in our ISKCON, everybody starts Shudra, and then they work their way up. So first, we give them kitchen work, cleaning work, gardening work, manual work. That's the first work. Because the person is not ready for it more. And if they can't handle it, they leave. Those who are very good, they mastered that. Then they go sell books, that is Vaishya. They go to the street and sell books, raising money. So ISKCON people used to be in airports, Hare Krishna, ding, 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 and raise money. Give here the book, please take it. Could I have some dollars? I thought they were doing really lot of things there. So these are Vaishya, fundraising. Then some of them are leaders. So they may become in charge of something, political, in terms of like corporate governance. Team leaders, in charge of the cleaning crew, in charge of the kitchen crew, in charge of the partition department, in charge. So they are kind of leaders, like Kshatriyas. Very few would then rise to being the people who can interpret the whole theory and go and teach. So that would be the Brahmin. So he said, in my organization, it is entirely on merit and everybody start at the bottom and work to whatever level you can. Nobody comes and is immediately installed as a Brahmin who goes around giving lectures. I thought it's a very interesting answer. So you see, that parampara has its own view. You go to Ramakrishna Mission, they have no caste idea. You go to Chinmay Mission, they have no caste idea. You go to Art of Living. I mean, a lot of them don't. Kanchi Chakracharya doesn't believe in that. Shingeri Shankaracharya does. So it's there are different interpretations. So it's not like all Hinduism is like this, firstly. Nor is it permanently stuck in something you have a right to change, even as per tradition. You're not committing blasphemy if you say, I dissent and I like to change. A lot of people, the Bhakti poets did it, so many people did it. So, and then, if you look historically, it has not always been fixed in a certain way. So when you look at it with all these caveats, it is nowhere close to what it is accused of being. Now, having said that, I will say, we have social problems. We, Hindus have, and we should solve them. No denying that. But there are social problems in the United States with racism and with this problem, with that problem, and there are social problems in all these kind of countries. There are social problems in China. There are different communities and there's social Han Chinese are the superior and the others are not and so on. So I think every community has to solve its problems in a very honest, fair way. There is no reason to import somebody else's solution. My only problem is when the foreigners when the Western people have a danda, that we go to put this danda on you, we're going to accuse you, we're going to put sanctions on you and all that. And they haven't solved these problems in their own country. That to me is a kind of it is a double-faced, it is hypocrisy. Because once I hired some students to do a summer internship. We took statistics from the United Nations on various social abuses, crimes and social abuses, crimes against women, abuse of children, number of childless births, births out of without marriage, those unwed mothers, drug addiction, violence, crime, all of that, rapes. So we took all the statistics for different countries and we scaled them per billion population. Because you cannot say 100 crimes in India is equal to 100 crimes in a small country because the population is small. So per billion population we scaled it. And then we looked at ranking, the UN statistics. And we clustered the Christian countries which were previously colonies. So we're not comparing, Philippines is a colony. We want to be compared with that because we were also a colony. It would be unfair to compare them with a rich European country, right? So we took the cluster of Christian countries that were previously colonies, that their social statistics and crime statistics far, far worse than India. We looked at the Muslim countries that are non-oil producing. Huge crime problem. So you cannot say that these problems are because of Hinduism. And so what I tell these agencies is go and solve the problem first in your own Christian countries. If you can solve the problem, I'll be a consumer, I'll buy it, I'll buy your solution. But if your solution doesn't work at home, then why are you selling it to me? Yeah, how? That's my problem.